Hi guys, this is the second part of my Thailand holiday. The first part was great, but the second was even better. So we left Phuket with just under 3 days, and then we headed to Phi Phi Island. Now you have to get a boat to Phi Phi Island, so we got the public ferry, which was a lot cheaper, and it takes about an hour and a half. Now you can get a private boat, but it will cost a lot more, and you're only going to save about half an hour. So my advice, sit back, relax, and take the public ferry. So here in Phi Phi Island, as soon as we saw that beach, it was definitely the best beach I've ever seen. It was fantastic. We'd done so much snorkeling and just relaxed and chilled in the infinity pool as well. Definitely worth coming here to relax and chill. There is a bit of a party town down the road, which you have to get a little boat to, as there is no cars. But we didn't really fancy doing any of that. We just wanted to relax for the next few busy days of traveling coming up. One thing we did do, I did surprise my wife, as it was her birthday before the holiday. I got a romantic beach dinner, which was fantastic. Definitely recommend it. So after a long day of travelling, an hour and a half on the ferry, a 2-hour transfer, we made it to Khao Lak. We stayed at their Spire beachfront hotel, which was an amazing place. I definitely would check out the Khao Lak area. It's beautiful beaches and some great local food and shops. There is some history in Khao Lak though. In 2004, the tsunami hit this area, which was devastating. You can still see some of the effects and a lot of tsunami signs, which does make it a surreal place. But this place is still beautiful and the local people are great. So we had one of our best meals in Khao Lak. Just right next door to the hotel was a little restaurant on the beach. It was so simple, but it was fantastic. You know, you could just walk on the beach barefoot, just sit on one of the chairs, a bonfire going on, and you can just eat some great local food. It was definitely one of the best restaurants we went to and definitely recommend it. So we used Khao Lak as a bit of a halfway house. That's why we did our longer travel first, and then we could chill out there and then move on to our last destination. So what was that destination? Well, it was one of my best experiences that I have done, and that was Elephant Hills. So Elephant Hills is a luxury tented camp. Now it's the most expensive part of my trip, but it was worth every penny. It was £1,000 for 3 days and 2 nights here. Now this price was included in the £5,000 of my whole Thailand trip. So if you didn't want to do it, it will make your trip a bit cheaper. But I definitely highly recommend it as it was an amazing experience. Now Elephant Hills is in sort of 2 parts. The first part is once you arrive, you get your tent and you're allowed to use the swimming pool and all the facilities for a couple of hours. Then when they're ready, they come and get you to go kayaking in the rivers to try and find as many species of animals as you can find. And then after that, they take you to the elephant sanctuary. So the first thing you do in the elephant sanctuary, you watch a short video in the office learning the history of the Asian elephant and how they treat them at the sanctuary. After that, they take you and prepare all the fruit that they eat, and then you get to feed them. Once they're fed, you can watch them bathe and just roam around as they do. Once that's done, you get to wash them and clean them. That is a great experience. Once they come out of the water, they come out and you can scrub them down, wash them, and it is just an amazing experience that I never thought I'd be able to do. So you do get to spend a good few hours with the elephants, and it is hard to say goodbye to them, but once you do, you end up going back to your camp. You get cleaned up, ready for the evening. Now the evening starts with dancers and singers from the local schools, and then once that's done, there is a demonstration on how to cook. Normally they do like a pad thai or different dishes. After that, the food is ready, and there's plenty of food on offer, and you can help yourself as much as you like. So now it's time to rest and get ready for the second part, to the lake. So here at the Elephant Hills, all you got to really worry about is buying your alcohol and fizzy drinks, because all the food, teas, coffees, water are included. Now the second day, you get picked up and you start going to the floating lake camp. Now you stop off a market, you can get some souvenirs and things like that. It's quite nice to see the local sort of markets and shops, so it is quite interesting. And then you head onto a boat and it gets you there to a floating camp. Now this was incredible. I've never seen anything like this. There's about 15 tents, I think. They're just floating, and it is just a really cool experience. There's one main little bit in the middle where like they serve all the food and drinks and stuff. But basically you get a key and padlock and your tent is yours. You've got kayak there, life jackets, and everything's really just that luxury. Like I say, you've still got your own toilet and shower. You don't have obviously any like aircon and stuff like that, but obviously because you are in the middle of the jungle, it's all like solar panelled, so it is quite economical. So it's quite clever really, and definitely worth going. So after lunch, there was an option to do a hike on another island, and we decided to do it. If you didn't need to do it, you can just chill out in your tent, but like I say, we decided to do it. It is hard work. It's about 45 minutes up the sort of hill, but in the heat, it was quite hard wearing on your feet sort of thing, but it was definitely worth going. Once you arrive up there, there's a cave which you go inside for about 10 minutes, and you've got a guide. You've all got a little flashlight, and it is pretty eerie because there's loads of huntsman spiders, loads of bats, and loads of different creatures in there that he spots out. But definitely, once you're in there, don't look back, because when you do, it's complete darkness and it is a bit freaky. But definitely worth going. It is a great experience. So once you get back, you can clean up, again, have another little swim, and then get ready for the evening meal. Now the meal is just like a little buffet that's in the middle of the camp, where everyone just sort of tucks in and just has a little chat, and you can do what you kind of want to do really. Obviously there's no internet, no nothing like that, so there's no TVs, it's limited, so you have to chat to each other for once. But it was quite nice. We headed back to our tent, sat outside, watched the stars, played some cards, and it was really nice to get back into sort of nature, because all you hear around you is like monkeys and different noises, and it is a surreal atmosphere. Elephant Hills was amazing. It had everything for me. I could definitely go back. I wish I could just stay there. So if you can put Elephant Hills in your budget, I would definitely recommend it. It was worth every penny. That was it for my Thailand adventure. It was an amazing experience. So if you've got any questions, leave it down on the comments below. And if you've liked it, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.